Before we talk about your pageant careers, tell a little bit about yourself, where you born, where you grew up.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਸਲਾਮ ਆਦਾਮ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਸ਼ਰਨਦੀਪ ਸੋਤਾ ਹੈ and I'm from Coventry. I was born and raised there. My parents were also born in Coventry and I'm very proud of Coventry. It's a city of peace and reconciliation. Growing up, I've been a young carer, so I've looked after my grandparents and my bua that suffered from different physical disabilities and mental impairments, and now I'm currently pursuing my journey to become a barrister.
What motivated you to join the beauty pageant?
So I think I joined beauty pageants because when I first saw them, I thought it was quite interesting looking at how these girls, they dress themselves up, but it's not just about appearance. For beauty pageants, it's less beauty, more pageant. So doing pageantry, it's more about advocating for your charitable cause. So for mine personally, it was about looking after young carers. So my project is called Caring for Carers, specifically young carers that are children between the ages of 5 to 18 that look after a sibling with autism, or a parent that can't work anymore because they've got a physical disability, or a grandparent with a mental impairment like dementia or any other illnesses. And by doing beauty pageants, I could use their platform to raise awareness about my charity, as well as fundraise and spread awareness. So if anybody else is in a similar situation, they could also get support.
Law and beauty pageant, two different things. How can mix together?
I think law and pageantry work interlinked actually, because so as an aspiring barrister, we have to work on our advocacy skills, learning how to communicate, how to address an audience, how to give the correct submissions so other people understand our arguments. And with pageantry, you are often asked to do interviews, if that's in social media, on radio, on TV, and you're asked to explain exactly what is your passion, why are you doing this pageant, what is your charitable cause. So my practice is becoming a barrister, doing chief examination, asking the correct questions, also allows me to understand what are the correct answers to give when answering about my charitable cause. Yeah, so I was crowned Miss Coventry, a finalist for Miss World England in July 2025, and it was an absolutely amazing experience, the fact that I was recognised for my charitable efforts. So I actually did wing walking, which is standing on top of a plane, going at 100 miles an hour, had the wind blowing in my face, my cheeks were all puffed up from the atmosphere, and then knowing that I was doing something really important for my carers was really incredible, and we actually managed to raise £2,000 for my charity. And then doing things like that and then getting crowned Miss Coventry, I think is an amazing achievement that I can represent not only my community and my carers but also my city as well. And being a Punjabi girl competing for Miss World England, I think it was quite interesting to see how my own community reacted to this idea. Typically pageants are assumed to be something that's very appearance and on the face, service level ideas, but actually competing in this pageant and learning exactly what they offer, as well as being able to advocate for my own cause, I think this is an amazing opportunity that a lot of Punjabi kuriya as well as Indian and other ethnicity girls can learn from in terms of developing their confidence, in terms of developing their public speaking, as well as also feeling more beautiful both inside and outside with their personality as well. So for the Punjabi community, when I was crowned Miss Coventry, I think it was quite impressive that I could represent our community not only in England but also in India as well. And the fact that with an organisation called BOPA, I got to travel to India and we got to visit different schools, different charities like the Unique Home for Girls in Jalandhar, Iknoor charity. We got to visit schools as well, like a university in Chandigarh and Nurpur Chatta school. And it was really incredible seeing these children creating science exhibits and displaying their intellectual properties and showing off how well the education is there. And attending that as Miss Coventry and Miss World England finalists, I got to speak Punjabi to these children, and it was really lovely to see how their faces lit up and they thought, oh, she's one of us, ਸਾਡੀ community ਆ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬਣ ਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆਇਆ.
What's your biggest challenge so far?
I think my biggest challenge is probably time management. So I know earlier you asked me how do I manage my time. I think I'm very interested in pursuing every opportunity I can get, and I find it really interesting meeting new people, doing new things. And a personal issue I struggle with is actually fitting it all into my calendar, understanding what I should prioritise, and typically I end up prioritising something that I probably shouldn't. But I think at the end of the day, although I still do it anyway, it's really amazing meeting new people, visiting new events, and I learn new skills. I think every time I meet someone, I always learn something new from them or learn something that I can implement in my own life. When I was competing in the pageant, I didn't quite understand how to interact with the other girls because I thought that we're more likely to advocate for our own projects. But then as I was competing and I got to learn more about the other girls and their projects, I found it so inspiring that I was surrounded by women of similar ages that were not only supporting their local community but also supporting society as well.
How you can describe Miss England pageant?
I would describe Miss England pageant as an opportunity for girls to advocate for their charitable cause and a way for them to build confidence, to articulate themselves, develop their public speaking, develop their confidence. So in February 2025, I was awarded Coventry's Good Citizens Award, or Coventry City Council's Good Citizens Award. And I was awarded by Mal Mutton, who is a lovely councillor, and she'd actually during her term as Lord Mayor that year, she'd actually chosen her charity to be Carers Trust Heart of England, which is the charity that I support, hosting respite sessions, fundraising and spreading awareness for young carers. And when she named me the Good Citizen, I was glad to find out that I was the youngest recipient. I was actually quite surprised to find out that I was the youngest recipient, because usually this award goes to much elderly people who have done a lot more in their lifespan. But for me, being only 21 years of age when I received this award, I felt really proud that I could serve my community and that my community projects like spreading the awareness about the negative impacts of knife crime, supporting young carers through creating a Young Carers Council, as well as encouraging youth to get involved in extracurricular activities through the NCS programme or the Duke of Edinburgh Award. I think these things are very important to show to our youth that I feel if I'm able to achieve it, other youth can as well, and I hope to be an inspiration to other children so they can work hard, volunteer with their community and support their society.
Let's talk about your new appointment. British Society launched new wing, especially for the young female and inspiring women, and you've been nominated as a president. And tell us a bit about that.
I've been elected president for the British Society Inspiring Women Wing, and I'm really proud to represent my community as a Sikh Punjabi. And it's really lovely being able to work with women of different communities, if that's faith, ethnicities, and really lovely to increase the representation of South Asian women in positions of power.
What's your goal for as a president to next year? What do you like to achieve, especially for the young woman?
My goal as president is to inspire women essentially, especially youth. I think that if you talk to children and develop the morals, the discipline and the hard work ethic when they're young, they grow up to be positively contributing members of society. And especially our women, kings are born from them, as Guru Nanak Dev Ji says. And I think it's really important that we treat our women with equality, with respect, as well as inspire them to pursue different careers, like if they want to go into medicine, they want to go into law, if they want to go into accounting, as well as respecting their choice to be a stay-at-home mother, raising the next generation. I think by inspiring women, we can empower them to not only support their own family, but support the community as well. And I think one event that I'd like to host in particular is a careers fair to support children in education. I'd like to run something social, so counselling support for women that may be suffering from mental health or other issues, as well as my final event I'd like to run is a South Asian Heritage Month celebration where we bring everyone of Asian heritage together to celebrate.
Finally, what's your message to young female watching this and they have a dream to pursue any part of life?
I think any girl that's interested in pursuing pageantry or even other dreams, I think that as long as you just try it, because the moment that you try it, you understand that you either have a talent for it or you either have an interest in it. And for me personally, I believe that everybody's talented in something. So as long as you try something like a new sport, a new cooking skill, a new activity like pageantry, you may understand that you've got such an interest in it and it may push your career further in terms of developing your own confidence in pursuing new activities.
Sharon, thank you so much for speaking with the Punjabi.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Maya malanga gavaya, Maya malanga gavaya.